So how can somebody customize their Alaska package with the air and the sea portion?
Yeah. Well, we've done a lot of that already in the packages that we've built over the years. We've understood the priorities of the various types of travelers that come to the Great Land, as we call it. And so there are already many options that are catered to various traveling interests. Actually, Planet Cruise has done a great job of selecting a couple of itineraries that offer the best from the cruise perspective, combined with the Rockies, and the opportunity to do, as I've described, my personal favorite, the chance to combine a cruise with Denali and the Yukon all wrapped into one package. So I think that's probably the best way to look at it, is that anything that we may offer is already pre-qualified by the guests that have come before, and partners such as Planet Cruise have done one step further, knowing their clientele and picking representative itineraries that are perfect for them.
Yeah, that's a personal favorite one of mine, that Rockies and Yukon package. It covers everything, as you said, different modes of transport, different sites, mountainous areas, plain areas, all the wildlife you want to see. It's a good package to look out for, that one. So you've got plenty of experience up in Alaska over many years, if you don't mind me saying. What are your personal favorite things that you've seen and done over there?
Oh, my personal favorites. Well, I have a cabin in the Inside Passage. That is definitely one of my favorite parts, and it's easy to say that because I know that everything that we do includes the Inside Passage, and for good reason. It's one of the most spectacular places. I've been all around the world, and there's no place I'd rather be than at my little cabin in the Inside Passage, close to Skagway in the north of the Inside Passage. And Denali is without compare for the wildlife. If you're going to, at least in part, for the big wildlife that Alaska is famous for, the moose and the caribou and the Dall sheep and the grizzly bear, those are all very likely to be seen at Denali. Most destinations talk about the wildlife and put pictures in the brochures, but very few can deliver the way Alaska can, and it delivers mostly at Denali. I mean, all those animals can be seen anywhere, but never anywhere with the concentration that rivals Denali National Park. Mm-hmm. They've done a really good job of protecting the habitat of the wildlife so the visitor can really see them.
Very nice. So tell me about your favorite moment that you've experienced in Alaska. Anything that kind of sticks out in your mind as something that you caught the side of and you thought, I'll never see that again.
Well, so many. I really can't think of one. I've had the great opportunity to do a lot of adventuring by helicopter and by river raft, and everywhere you go, there's a concept called speckism in Alaska. People call it speckism, where it's just the opposite of the rest of the world, it seems, where nature is preserved in little pockets here and there. You go to Alaska, and civilization is the little thing that's in the pocket, and the vastness around you is the wilderness. Mm-hmm. So to be able to venture into that, which is so easy to do in Alaska, even on an excursion in a port, to take a helicopter up to a glacier or to take a rafting trip on a wild river, those kinds of experiences are so rarely available in our regular world that most of us come from. I'd say those are my favorites. It's literally right out your back door, or if you're at the cruise pier, it's within an hour and you're in the wilds. Mm-hmm. And it's called speckism because it makes you feel like you're a little tiny ant in the world. When you get up in the air especially and you see around you, there are tens of thousands of square miles of wilderness around you, and there's this one little pocket of civilization.
Very nice, yeah. Kind of on the same lines, I've done the helicopter to the glacier, landed and walked on the glacier. The bluest blue you'll ever see. It's incredible. Whale watching's guaranteed in Alaska, isn't it? You'll guaranteed to see whales there, and river rafting as well is another favourite of mine. So we've kind of picked the same things there, which is good. But of course, give us a call. We've got lots of experience booking Alaska packages. Most of the agents out there have worked on ships themselves, and me, for example, I've spent 1 year out there. I know my colleague next door to me has spent 3 years in Alaska. And we've got the experience to tell you exactly what you need to do and where you need to go in Alaska, along with Holland America. But Bill, thank you very much for being here with us today. We've been a pleasure meeting you and hearing about your experiences. It's nice to kind of relive them in my memory again. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. You're always welcome. Come on back.
Thank you. Very kind. So thank you very much for watching Planet Cruise TV. We love hearing your feedback and comments. Make sure you like this button and subscribe to our channel. Tell us what you want to hear from us, and thank you very much once again for watching Planet Cruise TV.